Let's talk about international or local SEO. How can you rank your website or your blog post for any country or any city in the world? This is important if you want to have an international audience and increase your traffic to reach people beside your country of choice or beside your city of choice. The reason why I'm making this video is because, like I said, I always make posts sometime asking what exactly people want me to cover as topics, and I covered them to help you guys. And one person asked, how do you rank a post in a particular country, a blog or a specific post in a particular country? And the other person asked how to make an awesome article outline. Now there are other questions, but I only focused on those two, and let's cover that. If you look at my international, or if you look at my traffic on the MMS experience, it is an international traffic, meaning I get people to visit my site for almost every part of the world. You have Canada, the United States, you have Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, Russia, China, Cameroon. The United States does not even constitute 50% of my traffic. It's about 30 to 40% of my traffic. And it's because I am tapping into an international audience. If you also look at another website of mine, which also has a high number of sessions and a high number of page views, what you will realize is that the United States also get only about 30% or 40% of my traffic, is because sometimes I am targeting, I have set up my website in a way that international readers can come on my site and still have the content delivered in a local language. First thing that you will need to do for that is to translate your content. Let me show you. If I go and I open my home page, you can translate your site almost automatically by using a plugin. Okay, example, if I open this site that I just built it's just a sample site, a demo site. If you will realize that I installed a plugin that allows me pretty much to translate my content in any of the most spoken languages in the world that I've precisely chosen. Again, you can translate. If I click on French, the site is automatically translated in French. Okay, and so if a reader comes on my site and he can be in Germany, he will have the content delivered in German. That allows to touch into an international audience. And you can even make it in such a way that it will automatically detect the browser language and easily change your content into that language. Let me show you how to install the plugin and actually how to activate that option. Let me go back and put that back in English. But essentially, if you go back in the back end of your website, what you want to do is that you go on plugin, add new, and there is a plugin called GT Translate. It's this one, translate WordPress with GT Translate. It says translate your WordPress to make your website more multilingual, and it's very, very powerful. As you can see, 200,000 active installation, 5-star, almost 2,000 reviews. So you install and you activate. The next thing that you will want to do, you come here, settings, and then you click G Translate. You scroll down. You want to say first, there are different settings that you will need to. You can click on auto switch to browser language. Okay, if you select this option, it will mean that if someone comes and has his browser in English, your site will automatically be translated in English. If someone has his browser set up in Chinese, your content will automatically be translated in Chinese and delivered to that person using powerful AI translation softwares automatically and for free. You can decide that you want the translation language. If your website is, for example, in French, you can say, I want to translate from French to another language, and you will see that the widget will appear first in French, and people can now select the languages they want. So suppose I want to select French. I select French, and then I scroll down. I want to put that at the bottom left, as you can see here, bottom and the left side. You can decide to put that as the bottom right or the top left or the top right position on your website, but I like the bottom left because it's non-intrusive. And now I only selected about 10 languages that I know are the most spoken languages in the world: Russian, Portuguese, Spanish, French, blah blah blah. And Arabic, if you want to select Arabic, you select you want to select the language of your choice. Select the language of your country, whatever. Select that, and then you scroll down here. Alternate flag. If you're translating from English and then you're located in the US, you want to select, for example, for English, you want to select the USA flag. For English, you can select Canada flag. Or for Brazil, for Portuguese, you can either select Brazil flag. For Spanish, you can select maybe Argentina or Mexico flag, whatever. You select whatever you want, and then scroll down and you click on save. Now you click on save. Let me just refresh the website so you see exactly what it will do. Now you see it's putting the translation language from French, and then you can select your translation language. The reason why it has not translated this content is because my browser is in English. That's why it is still in English. But then if my browser was in another language, it will automatically translate. But I can also translate the content manually just by selecting the language of my choice. If I want to have it in Italian, it's going to be in Italian. And that's how first you touch the international traffic automatically. And before we continue, just a quick disclaimer. I have just released a blogging course, which I'll put the link down below. It's called Blogging Course Premium Package 2.0. It's the complete package that you will need to start and scale your blog, okay? Because it has everything you will ever need. I will talk about more at the end. Essentially, you will get digital daily planner, weekly digital planner, a series of 11 videos that will show you exactly what to do, and bonus videos. But also what you will get is a full template website that you can import on WordPress in under a minute. That will give you this template site that is fully designed to get you approved by AdSense, get higher ranking on Google, and then in the series of video I actually show you everything, how to proceed, how to register your domain, how to import the pre-built website, how to set up your most essential pages, and how to create a beautiful logo. Again, the videos I'll talk about more at the end, but if you don't get to the end of this video, then I want you to click on the link down below and check out this blogging course. It's on the mmsexperience.com on the store, and then blogging course premium package 2.0, and for right now it's only $49.99. Again, you have so many things that I am giving you for free. You also have a list of 19 websites where you can hire freelancers to write your content, 200 affiliate program that you can apply for that I am showing you, and a lot more. So click on the link down below, access the guide. Let's continue. The second way to rank on Google for local or international keyword is to properly structure your content in such a way that you will touch that audience. Suppose someone, or most of the time people go on Google and they search maybe best plumber in New York or best coffees in Los Angeles. So if I go on Google and I search best coffees in Los Angeles, for example, what do you have? You will scroll down. First, Google will suggest you local businesses that already have addresses, but now it will also suggest you websites. Why do you think this website is first for coffee, best coffee in Los Angeles, for multiple reasons. Let me show you. If I open that website, I'm going to show you why exactly it's at the first position. Number one, let me just reduce this so you can see exactly what's going on. Number one thing, the keyword LA is in the URL of the website. And then in the link of the page, the rest of the link, you have best coffee shop Los Angeles. And if someone also searches best bars Los Angeles or best bars espresso, the page will still appear because he put the keyword in the URL. Not only that, now he put the keyword as well in the title. 16 essential coffees in Los Angeles. That's what you have to do. You have to target that specific city that you're trying to get to. And then you will see that when he starts the content, he starts again with Los Angeles coffee scene. This is called proper keyword placement, because when Google will come and read only the first few lines, the title, the URL, and the first few lines, it will understand this is about Los Angeles. See, this is Los Angeles right here, and then this is Los Angeles right here. So how would I compete with this content? For example, the last time it was updated is August 2020. Now I can write something better than that by targeting the 20 best coffees in Los Angeles. Let me just do that right in front of your eyes. If I go on post and I click on add new, and then what I will do is that I will only take this one, best coffee shops in Los Angeles, and then I will click here. When you put this, I click on edit, and then I change the whole thing. I paste this only best coffee shop and bars in Los Angeles, just to replicate again what that other page has done. But what I will do now is that not only I have targeted Los Angeles, but I've also now included the date in 2021. Google will understand this is the most recent version for coffee shops in Los Angeles. And then understand what the person did. Los Angeles coffee scene has some blah 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 blah. Read the content, absorb it, and then write it your own way. You can say you put Los Angeles across your blog post. Suppose this is an introduction. The next thing that I will do is that I will copy the same title. I will put that here. Okay. And then I'll put that as an H1. Go to the line, maybe put a table of content. If you already have a plugin like Lucky W2 table of content, and then you just go back here and then you type number one. Okay, you do your research, and then you start listing those coffee shop with a description. Again, read what this blog has written on. Number one, Menotti coffee shop. It has written blah 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 blah. So I can, instead of my number one can be his number 4, I can get this one. Okay, get this one, put it as my number 1, for example, put it as an H2 title, and then do my research about that. Let me just go. I click here, I do my research about that. You see, there will be a full, probably, again on Instagram. This is where they are on Instagram. You need to do your research about the thing. This is a picture that you can embed in your blog. Let's say I click on that picture. You come here on Instagram, you click on embed, you copy. You can decide not to include the caption. You copy the code, you go back to your post at the bottom, you switch to text, you paste that code, you switch back to visual. That Instagram video will be imported here, and if you have other pictures, you can put them here. And then you need to do some research, write about this kitchen. Okay, first here, for example, here I will add LA coffee shop #1. Okay, this, when Google will read all of these, Los Angeles, LA coffee shop, best coffee shop, Los Angeles, you will understand that this whole post is probably better than this one, because on top of that I have 2021 and it will rank it. So you will need to do the same thing. Let me just go and preview the post right now. If I click on preview, let's see how it looks like. Now when you look at the preview, what do you see? You see the title, you have Los Angeles, beautiful site. It tells you for so far it's 1 minute read. You have the title right there, you have the table of content, then you have LA coffee shop, blah blah blah. This is the first coffee shop, and I have embedded actually a video from Instagram from the site where people can watch actually from my site. This is, again, I am telling you things that people don't tell you on the internet. They just talk, they don't show you. This is just one example. Now let's go ahead and show you more. First, when you're writing your blog post about, there are multiple ways you can rank. You can first decide to get a website where your URL, meaning your website name, will contain the name of the city that you want to reach. Suppose you want to create a website only about Los Angeles. You can do like these other people, only put LA in your URL, or you can create New York City. Okay, you can say NYC either. You can say Melbourne either if you're in Australia. You can say Shanghai either, whatever. You can either put the name of the city right there, but also create specific pages that will contain the name of the city or the country you're trying to target. And then if your URL already does not contain the name of the city, that is fine. You now target here the name of the city on the page. Okay, you have to stuff, don't do keyword stuffing, meaning write your content organically, but by putting the name of the city throughout the text. And don't do like other people, in the sense that don't put Los Angeles on every single line of your blog post, because Google will penalize you for that if it sees that you've put LA almost on every single line. You don't have to. You can replace Los Angeles with LA, or LA or Los Angeles. If your article is 1,000 words, 3% of that 1,000 word only should be Los Angeles, okay, or LA, should be targeting those keywords. So organize your content around that keyword, specific keyword. Here they substitute Los Angeles with LA. You can substitute New York City with NYC. Here again, they target even specific area within LA. Understand what exactly your competition has done and try to replicate it, but make it better. Suppose on the second line I want to put, for example, dinosaur, this one. First, after talking about this, after doing my research and talking about this first coffee shop, I can then also go on the second one and write #2, this one. Okay, And then below, I want to put a picture. You can either, so first of all, you can go on Instagram or on Google and you type Dinosaur LA Coffee Instagram. You find their Instagram right there. That's their Instagram. This is a picture, for example, that you can take. They are in LA Dinosaur Coffee. You may want to download, for example, this picture, or so I can either take this, click on embed, remove the caption, copy the embed code, just like I did on the first one. Come down here, switch to text, paste it, switch back to visual. If I come here and I refresh the preview, you see now I have an image of the shop from Instagram. It's called embedding, okay? Or what you can do is that you can actually download this image. There are Chrome extension that allows you to download Instagram images, or maybe specific website. You can go on Google and say download Instagram photos, and then this is an Instagram photo downloader. You can simply come here, grab the URL on top here, okay, and then you come here, you paste that URL. That shows you the Instagram picture to download. Simply click on download. It has downloaded your picture. Now you can resize your picture, because when you look at this picture, it's 185 kilobyte. You may want to resize that by going on Google and type compress images. Now I like this one, compress images, this service. You drag your image right there, and then see it's uploading and compressing, but it only compressed by 3%. You can click on settings. Now come down, reduce the thing almost from 185 to 77. You can even go further than that. Okay, now you have about 63, but it looks almost the same, just the quality is much lower. And you apply and you click on download. Now you have your new image right there. This is what it looks like. Okay, that's your new image, but it's much more reduced quality. So suppose this is a specific image that you want to put instead of the Instagram post. Let me just delete the Instagram post for you. Then you go on the new line and then you click on add media. You drag your image there, and there you go. That's your image there. You see now that's 61 kilobyte. This part is super important, because Google does not read images. Google read this part, what we call the alt text. The alt text is like a keyword for the image. Now you want to put Los Angeles as well here. Here I will put best coffees in Los Angeles dash dinosaur. Now also put that in the title of the picture, and then I will insert it to post. Now you click, you need to edit and click on full size, or you can edit and simply click on large instead of full size, or you can even custom the size. You can say I want it to be 800 times 660. Now there you go, that's your size right there. You can even resize it further if you want. Now when people will come on Google and search best coffee shop in Los Angeles, and on images, because on image you also have the best coffee shop in Los Angeles, best coffee shop in Los Angeles, your image will also appear here, because Google came on your site and read the alt text. They did not read the image, they read the alt text to understand that this is about Los Angeles. Or you can even be more precise. You can say best coffee in Los Angeles in 2021, something like that. And then when 2022 comes, you come here and then you just change 2022, 2023, and so on and so forth. And then I'm just going to click on update. You repeat the same process. Now you go back on the search result. You see that LA, this is still first. You open this page, this page. This one talked about 25. This one only talked about 16. Sometime the 16 might not be the same as the 25. What about instead of 25, you cover 40 best places or 40 best coffee shops? Now, just see what your competition has written on. Write even longer and better quality than that. Add pictures, add videos. Let me just preview right now and see how it looks. Now you have that, you have the video right there. Scroll down, you have the picture right there. And then I'll add the text about this company. And then I will do the same thing and over again. But then you have to make sure that you put Los Angeles or LA around your content. Now suppose you are done. This is not the end. There is one last thing you will need to do. You will need now in the tag section. Google also reads that because it gives context to Google about what is it that is in your post. So you will need to add those tags right there. And for example, best coffee shops in Los Angeles. You copy that, you add, and you add that, but you add 2021, and then you can just say coffee shop in Los Angeles. So maybe you don't want to do that just out of the blue. What I will suggest is actually to use a platform like let me just show you. If you use keywords everywhere, which is a plugin that I talked about, the Chrome extension that I talked about multiple times on my site, on this channel, and you type best coffees in Los Angeles, you will realize that other keywords will appear. You can say, for example, Menotti coffee. You can just copy that, come on your site, paste this Menotti coffees, and also put the name of these coffee shops here, because Google read all of that aggregate information and aggregate all that information to understand this post is the best post about best coffees in Los Angeles. So you need to use the tags. You also need to add external links and internal links. Here is what it does. If I go on Google and these are the first post on the first page on about best coffee shop. If, for example, I copy this link, and then on my page I also add that here. Are you looking for the best coffee shops in Los Angeles? I am pointing out to that other page, and when Google is seeing the list of those pages, for example this one as well, I'm gonna get this one, and blah blah blah. When you talk about here, you also paste the link for Los Angeles. When Google will read, it will power you up, it will power your post up in the search result. Why? Because Google will understand that your competition for that keyword that you targeted or that post is competing against this other one, but then the quality that it is finding in your post is better than your competition. Therefore, it can rank you higher than your competition, especially because your content is newer, is updated frequently, and the last time, if I scroll up, the last time was January 31st, 2021, which is more recent than the other posts that are already in the first page. Now, the authority of the page or the blog or the website will play a role there, meaning that if this website already has so much authority that Google trusts it so much, you will not rank right away on the first page, or you will not outrank this post right away. If you're brand new, you will need to give Google time to trust your content before you rank here. This will mean that you will need to come often and update your blog post to actually fit the newest trend, and actually over time Google will reward you by ranking you higher. So maybe every single week, every 2 weeks, every month, you can come and add 2 more coffee shop. Next month you come and add 2 more coffee shop and update it. It will reflect up here the last time you've updated, and then it will rank you higher on Google for that specific city, that specific country, or even if you're not targeting a specific city or country. This is how you rank on Google. You have to study your competition, write better content than them, and then organize your post to fit that specific keyword. And one last thing that I forgot to mention, you have to use the plugin Rank Math. If I come here on Rank Math and I say my focus keyword for this is best or just coffee Angeles, you see what Rank Math is already suggesting me? Coffee is in Los Angeles, California. Coffee is in Los Angeles. So suppose this is my keyword, okay? Or your keyword may be coffee shops in Angeles. You see, pay attention. It's suggesting Los Gatos. So if someone is in Los Gatos, you can write that. If someone is in Los Feliz, you can write that. If someone is in Los Beno, you can write that. But then it's not suggesting me Los Angeles right here, meaning that there is something wrong that I might be doing, in the sense that when I typed coffee in Los, it suggested me Los Angeles directly, meaning that I may want to restructure my title and my URL around the coffees in Los Angeles, because that's the keyword that it finds that is the most used. So if I click here and I come here and I just remove this best coffee in Los Angeles, and maybe at the end I can just say coffee shops, and then here instead of coffee shop I can just say best coffees in bars in Los Angeles. You see now how my SEO went from, I don't know, it was 4 something like that, 10 to 60 right away, because I specifically targeted that keyword. Or I can remove even shop from here. It went from 60 to 74 right away. You need to hit all those points that Rank Math is telling you need to hit. So just make sure you play around with them and know exactly what they are. I have already covered several videos on how to properly structure your content to reach 100 out of 100 SEO score on Rank Math. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to move on to the next video, but please, this is very important. Make use of this resource, all the tips that I have shown you. Most people don't show you that for free. So I would really appreciate if you can help me back by just clicking on the like button and sharing the video so that it can help others. But before we end this video, I want to talk about again the course that I just released. It's the ultimate course in my opinion, because most people will give you a series of videos only, or they will only sell you a PDF or ebook. But me, I have given you everything in one single package. Let me show you. I talked about the videos already that I have created to show you the full process from when you register your domain to actually writing your first quality blog post, doing keyword research, setting up Rank Math SEO to guide you when you write your blog post, setting up the Google Analytics and the Search Console, what is my Pinterest strategy to actually drive traffic, how to set up the internal linking. But then you also get a full template website that you can import with one click. Let me show you an example. When you usually set up WordPress, this is exactly the template that you get. Okay, this is how it looks like. When you actually come here and now import the file that I am talking about, this file, what you'll realize is after the import, this is what your site will look like just with one click. And you can actually translate your site in any language of your choice. You can translate in Chinese, you can translate that site in German, you can translate literally in any language of your choice. The blogging course is available on my site, the MMS Experience. I'll put the link down below. If you want to get access to that, you literally have just to click on buy now, and then you click on checkout. Now you will be taken to this page where it's $49.99, but then you can check out with PayPal or Amazon. If you want to select Amazon, you can pay with your Amazon account. It's super simple. You just select Amazon, you click on Amazon Pay, this window will pop up, you put your email and your phone number, your Amazon account, you will log in with your Amazon account. It will use your Amazon account to pay for the course. But if you want to use PayPal, you can actually use PayPal. Scroll down, put your email, first name, last name, and click on purchase. That will take you to your PayPal account, where if you don't have a PayPal account, you can actually fill out your credit card information on that page and you can purchase the course. But then there are so much in this guide. Okay, 200 affiliate program that you can apply for. There is a flip book. Let me show you an example of a flip book that I am talking about. If you click here to access the flip book, it will literally take you to this ebook that you can which is also a flip book that you can actually read again and understand what is it you need to do to have a successful blog from start to finish. But then that's not all. If you don't even want to read that successful ebook, this is also the version, this is also the PDF version that you can easily read already from your computer. Beside that, you also have access to a step-by-step guide, sort of summarize right there, that PDF guide that will show you everything from start to finish. Last but not all, you have daily planner in PDF and in PowerPoint, where you can actually open them and then schedule your day. You can put the date, you can put your daily goal, what you will need to do, all on a digital planner that you can use every single day. Write on it and erase it on your digital notepad. And then beside that, you also have weekly digital planner, different version with different format. So for example, if I take this Bluebird and I open it, this is what you have. You can put your 3 most important tasks for the day, your to-do list, your schedule, organize your day using those digital planner. All these are just bonuses that I am putting in the package, but essentially I want to help you. Okay, I really want to help you start and succeed with your blog. That's why I purposefully created this simple blog that will get you approved by AdSense. All my website that I've created have a 99.99% approval rate by AdSense, meaning I already know everything that goes into AdSense, where you have everything. You already have the privacy policy page, terms and condition, about us, affiliate disclosure, which is also right there. You have all the useful link, the contact us page, and then I show you step by step everything in the series of videos. So when you download the file, first start by reading the terms and condition to understand how to use it, and then start watching the videos from step 1 to step 11 and the rest as well. So I hope, really hope this will help you. And like I said, it's available on my site called the mmsexperience.com. You can purchase it using your PayPal, your Amazon account, and then I am pretty sure you will find it useful. If you ever run into an issue with the setting up, you can actually email me at freetrepreneur@gmail.com and I'll easily assist you during the process. If you enjoyed this video, I'll really appreciate if you can just gently smash the like button. It helps out the channel because the almighty YouTube algorithm will definitely see that other people like the video and promote it to a bigger crowd, which will allow other people to improve their lives. Thanks for watching. And I really want you also to take good care of yourself. Until next time, peace.
And don't forget to smash like and subscribe. Thank you.